bad was ever going to happen to Tracy, because Tracy understands vibration and knows what to do with her vibration. And so as Esther sometimes would find herself worrying about something, she would stop and say, wait a minute, that worry and what I know about Tracy are illogical. They don't go together. She remembers the day that Jerry bumped his shin on a log. They were running through the woods, and Esther had a long coat on, and she went over the log ahead of him, and her coat covered it so he didn't see it, and he banged his shin right into it and never looked at it. He will never look at a wound on his body, and he wouldn't look at it. And when they got back to the house, Esther wanted to see it, and Jerry didn't want her to look at it, but she insisted. And when she looked at it, it took her breath away. It was the nastiest, biggest, bulgiest, awfulest looking thing that she'd ever seen. And suddenly she was gripped by fear, because she thought of Jerry's story of his grandfather. Esther had never met him, who died of a blood clot from falling and bumping his hip on the storm cellar. And Esther thought, I bet it looked just like that. And for a moment she felt so weak she could hardly catch a breath. She had to sit down. The idea of something happening to Jerry as a result of this, and she knew he would not go to have it treated. She knew that it was awful, and she felt afraid about it. And then she got hold of herself and thought, wait a minute, that's not a vibrational match to who Jerry is. And I don't know what the vibration of his grandfather was. I don't know what was in his vibrational escrow or what he was thinking about. There's no reason in the world for me to make those parallels, even though they're family. There's no reason for me to make those parallels and use those parallels now as my excuse to point myself upstream and deprive myself of source energy and fill myself with fear, you see? We think you heard that clearly. Yes.
Could you say it again?
We'll give you the short version. You know all of this. You know it clearly. And there is nothing that activates your desire to know it more powerfully than having people that you care about that you want to teach it to. And we think it's rather a nice thing that a new influence has come into your life that's making you feel a little protective, because that feeling of wanting to protect is something that you want to soothe yourself from. You are not the protector of your children. You are the teacher of their connection with Source, which will always leave them in a good place.
Thank you.
Good time for a segment of refreshment. We are